As you begin scaling your cloud journey, you need more than just resource provisioning. You need accountability, consistency, and compliance. That's where cloud governance policy comes in. A cloud governance policy is a set of guardrails that defines how cloud resources should be deployed and managed to align with your organization standards. It enables you to operate securely while supporting agility and innovation. You're not just controlling cloud usage, you're shaping it to reflect your business priorities, security expectations, and regulatory commitments. Microsoft's Cloud Adoption Framework gives you a proven strategy for aligning technology with business needs. Within it, the governance discipline helps you define cloud governance policies and implement them effectively across your cloud estate. Using this framework, you build governance gradually, starting with minimum viable governance, then growing as your cloud footprint expands. When you design your cloud governance policy, you need to focus on several core areas that form the foundation of secure, scalable, and manageable cloud operations. Start with your security baseline. This is where you define the minimum security requirements every workload must follow, such as enforcing encryption at rest, applying network security groups, or ensuring identity based access controls are in place. This baseline ensures that no resource slips through without meeting your organizational security expectations. Next, you must address cost management. Use Azure policies to enforce budget limits and require resource tagging so you can track spending by department, project, or environment. This helps you stay financially accountable while avoiding unexpected cost overruns. Then, you need to ensure resource consistency. Standardizing naming conventions, region selection, and configuration templates helps reduce operational complexity and makes your environment predictable and easier to manage. Consistency becomes especially important as you scale. Your identity baseline defines who can access which resources and at what permission level. By applying the principle of least privilege, you reduce the risk of unauthorized changes and ensure that access is granted only when it's truly needed. Lastly, think about deployment acceleration. Use policies to embed guardrails directly into your deployment processes so that teams can deploy quickly and confidently without violating governance standards. This empowers innovation without sacrificing control. Each of these governance pillars directly maps to Azure policy definitions and initiatives, giving you the tools to enforce your rules at scale while supporting operational agility. Azure gives you everything you need to turn your governance goals into real enforceable actions. With Azure policy, you can define specific rules that guide how resources are deployed. For example, you might enforce that resources can only be created in Australia East or disallow public IP addresses to maintain a secure network posture. To manage related rules more efficiently, you can create initiatives, which are essentially policy bundles grouped under a single umbrella. For instance, you might build an initiative called Production Resource Standards that includes multiple policies related to security, tagging, and allowed configurations. This helps you apply consistent standards across your environment with less manual effort. You also have flexibility in how you apply these policies. You can assign them at the management group, subscription, or resource group level, depending on how broad or targeted your governance needs to be. This means you can scale enforcement easily from a single team to your entire organization. Azure policy supports different effect types like audit, deny, append, and deploy if not exist. So you are not limited to just blocking actions. You can start by observing behavior, gradually apply restrictions, and even automate remediation. This gives you powerful, flexible tools to both enforce and encourage compliance in a way that fits your organization's maturity and culture. Let's say your organization handles healthcare data in the UK. You must comply with data sovereignty regulations. Using Azure policy, you can enforce allowed regions like UK South, UK West, prevent storage account creation outside those regions, ensure diagnostic logs are retained for auditing. These rules become policy definitions, which are assigned to production subscriptions or resource groups using initiatives. So, what's your key takeaway? Your cloud governance policy is your blueprint for secure, scalable, and compliant cloud operations. By combining Azure policy initiatives and the cloud adoption framework, you create a cloud environment where innovation and control go hand in hand. It's not just about controlling the cloud, it's about guiding its growth responsibly.